just gonna post on Instagram real quick that I am live. And we'll do that. Okay, copied that link. The one person in here is me. Okay, Instagram. No, I don't want a new reel, I want a story. Done. Okay, hello everybody. Give me a second. I'm just posting on Instagram that I'm live, and then we'll get to the crocheting. Dude. Hello. Okay, there we go. Right. Change your hairstyle? No. That's great. Here's my tripod for vlogging purposes. Fave food. I like pasta. Give me 1 second. I just realized I forgot my glasses. I'm like, why is everything so blurry? It's because I don't have my glasses on. I'll be right back, chat. Okay, now I can actually see y'all when you talk to me. Okay. God, these are blurry. Why? Okie dokie, chat. I'm back. I'm here. I'm ready. I need to attach another skein yarn. Where are my scissors? I am so discombobulated this evening. Favorite sport? Not really watch sports. Okay, where is the center pull? Why? Anyway, hope everybody's having a good evening. If you're just joining us, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Tonight we are making a sweater scarf as soon as I tie on this new ball of yarn. There we go. Okie dokie, yay. Okay, let's just adjust the camera a little bit. And yeah, sorry if you see my ring light in my glasses, but I'm blind as a bat. I need them. I need the ring light, so. Where was I? Here we go. Good evening. I do hope you are doing well. I hope everybody's having a good day. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm good. It's entirely too hot out, but nah, it's fine. Go. Can you know my name? Well, you already know it. You clicked on my channel. Go. Wow, there's a lot of people here for the first 5 minutes. Well, I'm Small Pine Crafts. Hello, welcome to the live. Yeah. If you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Saving up to get a down payment on a house, so every little bit helps. And liking and subscribing is free. You subscribe, thank you. There we go. Okay, that row is done. Here's how we have so far. This will eventually be sewn together to make a sleeve. If you had a house, you'd be able to do woodworking. Yeah. So I hope everybody had a good week. Mine was okay, just very long. Then again, it's always long. Grandma tried to teach you how to crochet, but you're not that good at it. Just keep practicing. Everybody's got to start somewhere. What are you making? I am currently making a sweater scarf. It's basically a scarf with sleeves that you wrap around yourself like a sweater. Hi, Aaliyah. Leah's here. Now the party can start. And there goes the air conditioner again. we are making a sweater scarf tonight. We finished the one I was working on in my last live. Or was I working on that, or was I making a baby blanket during that one? So no, I went live on Tuesday this week. For a little while. Anyway, I finished the first one when I was just trying the pattern out. Yeah. I did both. Okay. Thank you, Aaliyah. I swear, my brain is just absolutely fried today. Where is the pattern from? It is from someone called Crocheting with Carrie. How long are you going live? Probably until at least about 9:30. It's 7 o'clock now. I'll be here for a while. Yeah, hold on one second. I have the link in my phone that I can try and put in the chat real quick. Let me just find it. Do you make stuffed animals? No, I do not make amigurumi. I know how, I just don't like it. Okay, let me just jump on chat on my phone. View channel. Okay. That is the pattern we are working on. I just linked it in chat. Though I've done some modifications. Because I don't really use patterns. I prefer to just look at patterns to get an idea of how something is constructed, get measurements, and then go from there. So. Lost my row counter. Like, yeah, see, I printed it out, but it's covered up with my own notes now, so. This person in my town who makes stuffed animals go on a fair in my town. Cool. And you have to give Donna some medication. We'll be watching just quiet for a couple. Alright, good luck. Tell him to behave. Yeah, that reminds me, I have a market at the end of August that I gotta do some prep for. Tries his best, that's good. I really like this yarn I'm using for this sweater scarf. This is for my future sister-in-law to wear at the wedding. Because it's going to be in October. We're getting closer. Getting exciting. If you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. I bet you we can get the number of likes to match the number of people in here. I like that planet emoji. It looks cool. 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 I can't talk anymore. Losing my mind. Two rows down. A couple hundred more to go. I think I hit 169 rows on the one I made earlier this week. But this one's gauging up a little smaller, so I might have to add a couple extra rows. Go. If you are just joining the live, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of fun crocheting here. And we just started doing weeknight lives too. Three rows of this. Oh, and if anybody's wondering, this is just an extra long end that I have on the here so that I can sew the sleeve together at the end. of the scarf with this very stretchy ribbing. I think it looks like a narrow sleeve, but it'll stretch out. I mean, this yarn itself is really stretchy. It has a nylon in it. Right now it's full of static electricity, so. Excuse me. So how was everybody's week? If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. What stitch? I am currently doing a crossed single crochet. So what you do is you skip a single crochet and you go into that one. But then you go back into the stitch you just skipped and single crochet. And it makes this really cool, almost cable-like look. Nice, thank you. Someone is outside mowing their lawn in this awful heat. Don't know what's wrong with them. So it is currently 83 degrees Fahrenheit today. It was almost 90 earlier. Which is insane. Hey, Mom. Hello, hello. If you're just joining the live, don't forget to double tap the screen to like that live and hit the subscribe button. And hang out with me for a while as I crochet a sweater scarf. And we just hit the half-hour mark. Gotta say, the drape and smoothness of this yarn I'm currently working with is really good. Yep, this is the sweater scarf. Now that I'm done finagling the pattern to how I want it. I'm glad you like the color, Mom. I know, I think she picked it out. I held up the colors available and I was like, alright, pick one, Lindsay. Let's see, this is color number 78. That's literally it. Color number 78. That's literally what it's called. And this is Cascade Yarns Cherub Aran weight yarn. It is 55% acrylic, and no, it's 55% nylon, 45% acrylic. So which happens to be one of my favorite blends. Normally when they blend nylon with something, it's with wool, and I'm allergic to wool, so I like that this is blended with acrylic, and it's got a nice drape and a nice shine. Lots of bold colors, and it comes in multiple sizes, which I always like. There's the DK weight. There's Aran weight. There's chunky, super bulky. I wonder if there's a fingering weight and a sport weight. That would be really good. Okay. Turned it the wrong way. So this is like one of my default nice yarns, since this is the kind of yarn you can only really get at your local yarn store or sketchy drop shipping websites. Or, well, I found this one on Webs, so I was able to get it for a good price on Webs. So we're just gonna work on this now. I don't know, I also have a baby blanket I need to finish, so maybe if I get tired of working on this, we'll swap to the baby blanket, but this time around, I'm not following the pattern for the very first time. During my previous lives where I was working on a sweater scarf, I ended up giving up and switching to the baby blanket because I was looking at the pattern for the first time and I had to stop and think and couldn't interact with chat. But this time I know what I'm doing. I just have to pause and take notes every once in a while because I am modifying the pattern slightly more to my tastes. I changed up a bit how I did the ribbing, and I added some extra stitches for the main body so that it has just a little extra coverage. And when I'm done with this, I can ship it off to my sister-in-law. You're back. Welcome back. There we go. This yarn does split a little bit, so you have to be careful. Row counter is right here in front of the camera where it's supposed to be. If you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. It's a great way to help me out for free. Did you do today? Let's see. I vacuumed. I did dishes. I dealt with some of the cardboard that's been ever piling. And then did some computer work today. Lots of video editing for some shorts. Got set up for my Christmas in July sale that I will be having on my website. So if anybody wants to buy anything from my website, I'm gonna be having a sale for Christmas in July. You should buy something. Get all of it out of my house. And then let's see. And then I took a nap, and then I had dinner, and now here I am. The hill just now awesome. See, and then in the coming days, I have to do some market prepping because I'm doing a small fair up in New York at the end-ish of August. Quick iced coffee break. Oh gosh, greatest invention ever, iced coffee. And then I gotta start making stuff for Halloween. I need to restock my Halloween scrubbies on my website. And all that fun, lovely stuff. What? Yeah, iced coffee is great. I love it. I figured out how to make it really good at home, which is good. But, I mean, you still have to buy everything to make it. So now everyone's like, oh, if millennials want to build buy a house, which we're in our 30s and 40s. We're not the young people anymore. They're like, oh, if young people want to buy a house, you need to make coffee at home. Yes, but you're still spending money on the coffee. So let people have their treats. You like to put a little caramel in. Sounds good. Caramel and I don't get along very well. It makes my tummy upset, but I have a big thing of like lavender flavored syrup. And I'll put that in with just some regular coffee and some whole milk, and it's like homemade latte. It's another thing, making coffee at home. I don't like plant-based milks, and every time I order a latte made with whole milk, they look at me funny. You subscribed, thank you. I appreciate that. If you're just joining the live, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of fun here. $40. 100 more to go. So here's how much we've got done so far. Looking good, looking fun. Three months until the wedding. Please don't remind me. Ha 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 ha. Which means I got 3 months to finish this blanket, but we only need a few more rows on it. That could be a topic for another night. There goes the AC again. Their wedding cake is going to be tiramisu. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Yummy. Love tiramisu. Love it. Never had it before. It's really good. It's like chocolate and this slightly dry cake and cream soaked in rum. And it's really sweet and really good. And now I really want tiramisu. And I'm like, I've been making such good financial decisions lately, and now I really want to DoorDash myself some tiramisu. It's so good. You'll have to try it. Oh, and coffee. It's soaked in coffee. Yeah. Planning the charcuterie boards. Yeah. I gotta do that. They gonna give me the money for it? Get my brother to write me a check so I can do that. Plan that out. I'll skulk out what Aldi has when I go. Probably gonna go grocery shopping Monday, so I'll skulk out what Aldi has then. Aus Germany. Ah, guten Abend. Wie spät ist das auf Deutschland? It's just halb 10 here. Oh yeah, fun fact, I speak German. Guten Morgen. Ja, Deutsch ist meine zweite Sprache, aber meine Grammatik ist... Yeah, I'm about on the level of a 2-year-old. Ja, guten Morgen. Hello again, Aaliyah. We are still going at this. Sweater scarf. I was just speaking German. Need to go beat some money out of my brother. And when don't I need to beat money out of him? Only know like 3 German words. I'm on the level of a 2-year-old. when I speak German, I my first year of middle school, my school offered 3 languages, and in 6th grade, you would rotate through each one, and then you settled on one at the end. And German class, my German teacher was the only one that wouldn't get frustrated with me and kick me out of the room. So I just stuck with German all through middle school, high school, and college. I haven't really kept it up as well as I should have since I graduated college all those years ago. I have had a few German speaking students though that's come in handy, but you had to rotate. We had German, French, and Spanish. So they split the kids up between each language. And then after a trimester, you would go to the next one. And then after that trimester, you would go to the next one. And the German teacher was the only one that really had patience for my ADHD antics. Whereas the other two would I'd sneeze and they'd be like, out. Well, it was more like you sampled them in 6th grade, and then after you did all 3, you could pick one, and then you just did that through the rest of middle school. So I settled on German because the German teacher was nice to me. And then by high school, I just kept going with German, and then in college, I kept going in German, and we get German speaking people at school, and they're like, hey, Gracie, can you come deal with this? And we have a lot of Amish in the area, and they speak a form of German. So I don't switch that easily between languages. I have to get into the element, and then I can go for it. But yes, did I click my row counter? I did. Two Spanish teachers in a room right next to each other. In middle school, we had one of each, one Spanish, one German, one French. And then in high school, we also had 2 of each, but we also had Italian, Arabic, and Russian. Well, the public high school in my town had all the languages, and I would go there for my language classes. And then I'd go back to the high school I actually went to for everything else. I did not go to public high school. Yeah, there's a lot more people viewing than usual tonight, which is exciting. The algorithm, it's pushing me out more. Woohoo. We're at a little over 700 subscribers now. I would like to be at 1,500 before the end of the year. I think we might actually make that goal. So don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button so I can hit my goal. Yes, hello, silent watchers. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the crochet live streams that I do watch too, I'm mostly silent. No, it's okay. You're allowed to lurk. Chats don't count for the algorithm yet, I don't think. It's just viewers. Views and likes. It's okay to lurk, if you so choose. Vast majority of the internet, I think, is lurkers. Lurkers and bots. But that's okay. I lurk most of the time. Hey, Crochet Vision's live streams, I lurked for a very long time before I ever said anything in chat. If you don't comment, your brain fills with puns. Real pungin' master. You know, I know Sarah's live last night. I chatted for a little bit, but then I lurked most of the night because it was late and I was tired. Gift and curse to be funny, yes. Yes. Gonna go grocery shopping tomorrow, so you're gonna make a nice coffee. Yes, do it. That reminds me, I gotta go grocery shopping Monday night. I mean, I could go tomorrow, but I don't feel like it. Whereas Monday, I have to leave the house to go to my day job, so I can grocery shop after that and just do it all in one big thing. Gotta go to Aldi and get stuff and see what's in the aisles of shame. And then remind myself that I don't need everything that's in the aisle of shame. So I swear, that's where Aldi makes all their money. That's why the groceries are able to be so affordable. It's just those two middle aisles full of stuff you don't need, but you feel like you need it in the moment. Like, do I really need a statue of a frog? People who grocery shop on weekends are a different kind of crazy. Yes. Well, a lot of the people in my town grocery shop on weekends because we're the major metropolitan area for a good while. So all these people come down from the surrounding towns on weekends and invade my town to go grocery shopping. So they all come down from their homesteads on the hill, and all the Amish come out and do their shopping. I mean, sometimes I go on weekends. Like, if I have to go to Walmart, I usually have to go on a weekend because I go during their sensory friendly hours. It's the one in my town has sensory friendly hours where they dim the lights, they don't play the overhead music, and they have less people in the self checkout and more on the regular checkout. But their sensory friendly hours is like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., and I'm well into my workday at that point. So, if I have to go to Walmart, I have to go on a weekend. So, but yeah. It's easier for me too to go to the smaller because the big chain grocery stores, they get invaded by the Amish on Saturdays in my town. So I usually will go on a weeknight after work. Yeah, my town has two Walmarts, and they're both insane all the time. But we also have a lot of grocery stores in my area. We have two Aldi's, we've got a Wegmans, we've got three Y's. That's how you know I'm from Pennsylvania. We've got three Giants. We've got a Sam's Club. And we've got like a million Chinese bodegas. Which I actually do a lot of my shopping at the Chinese stores. Because all my fellow white people in town forget they exist, so they're never insanely crowded and they're really nice. And they have everything. Who needs that many grocery stores? My city. I live in a fairly major metropolitan area. But it's also really spread out, so. Well, that my area, the population has only skyrocketed since I was a kid. Like, it used to be quintessential small American town, and now we've got high-rise buildings. And it's actually become quite a bit of a problem for the area because now rents are so high. That's why I'm saving up for a down payment on a house instead of getting an apartment to downsize, because so many places rent is $1,200 a month, and they don't include utilities. I'm like, if I'm gonna pay that much a month, I may as well just get a mortgage. Mortgage would actually be cheaper than rent in my area. It's ridiculous. Like, they had to open a second hospital in my area. And there's already talks for a third. Because Pennsylvania's growing, folks. Oh, I need more coffee. What time is it? It is a little after 8 o'clock. You would go outside, but you have to make dinner. Yeah. I just had peanut butter sandwiches for dinner because it was just so hot. Even with the air conditioners and fans going, I was like, I'm not turning the stove on, even to boil anything. It's peanut butter sandwiches for dinner because it's too hot. We've been live for about an hour and 15 minutes. Nice, nice. Love it. Might not talk for a while because you're being. That's fine. It's fine. You gotta eat. You gotta eat. You know, you gotta focus in the kitchen. Kitchen safety, my friends. I'll probably still be here. Probably stay live till about 9:15. And then even though I took a nap, I gotta go to bed because one, I have stuff I want to get done tomorrow morning before it gets too hot around the house. You know it's too hot because the cats haven't shown up yet. They're all busy melting upstairs. More chores tomorrow, yeah, never ends. But it's easier to break them up into smaller chunks and do them across several days instead of spending an entire day doing things that don't give you that dopamine hit. Oh, hi, Laura. Happy Saturday, Laura. Hope all is well. We are absolutely melting here in Pennsylvania today. We have made very good progress on this sweater scarf tonight. If I do say so myself. I would like to get it done quickly so I can finish up the vlog I'm filming for it and move on to the next one. Because I gotta market prep when this is done. So now the How Many Granny Squares video is coming out next Saturday. Then I have this vlog coming out 2 weeks after that, what I'm filming for this sweater scarf. And then I think we will have it's in the 80s here in Michigan. Yeah, it is in the 80s here in Pennsylvania as well. It's too much. It's a humid heat too. Like, just driving into work, I get in the building and I feel like I need to take a shower, and I'm like, it is 6:30 in the morning. Why is it so hot already? The sun isn't even fully up yet. I was like, okay, yeah, so then the sweater scarf vlog will come out, and then I think I'm gonna do a how many colorful flower coasters in a day video for market prep purposes. And then we'll do a video on finishing the blanket because it's the final home stretch. So, but first we gotta finish this sweater scarf. But it's coming along very nicely. I really like it. Gotten quite a bit done this evening. Love it. Stitch are you doing? I am doing the crossed single crochet stitch. Where you skip a stitch, single crochet, and then you go back into the stitch you just skipped and single crochet. And it gives this really textured, almost cabled look. And then down here for the sleeve, I just did single crochet in the back loop only. Though I also did a couple rows with slip stitch in the back loop only, just to make the cuff a little tighter around the wrist. I've done it in double crochet. Yeah, I've also done a cross double crochet before. I've never done a single crochet one before. You definitely have to have a loose tension for it. But it looks really pretty. I like it. It's a really nice textured look. just an animal she chased away. Hat. Yesterday, I was making breakfast. It was like 5:30 in the morning. I was making breakfast, and I got this horrible anxiety-inducing feeling that I was being watched. Like, it was bad, and I was like, okay, is something not right with my medicine? Like, what's going on? And then I slowly turned and looked out my back door, and there was just this deer standing there with its, like, nose pushed up against the window, staring at me. And it was just watching me make breakfast. I was so startled I didn't know what to do, so I just yelled, "Get a job." And then it ran off. It wanted some breakfast. Yeah. Yeah, I make a good buttered bagel. You wanted breakfast? Yes, probably, but no, my breakfast. Don't be a peeping Tom at 5:30 in the morning in my back door. Especially because, like, I live in a somewhat urban area, so why is there a deer in the backyard? In a densely populated area, why are there deer? Like, shouldn't you off be jumping in front of somebody's car? Since it's all the deer around here seem to want to do anymore. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Like I said, it was 5:30 in the morning, and I was just like, "Get a job." But yeah, he said they wanted to get a job, so they had to come to the city. Yeah, well, guess what? I mean, my school's hiring. So I don't think people would like a deer being a teacher. I don't think state regulations allow for that. I had a weird dream like that once. That they hired Guinness to be a teacher in the classroom next to me, and I was like, he can't be a teacher. And they're like, oh, are you being racist? I'm like, no, he's a cat. Can the deer clock in? I don't know. I mean, they don't have thumbs, and we have a thumbprint system. So they'd probably have to get somebody to clock them in for them. So the system's down half the time anyway. It's discrimination against the non-thumbed. I mean, yeah, when you think about it. But we've never had somebody that doesn't have thumbs. And I mean, the boss sees the clock system, so she can plug it in if she needs to. Well, that's something I can bring up to at the next staff meeting to make everybody angry. When it's like, okay, does anybody have any more questions before everybody goes home? How do we have people without thumbs clock in? It's like, hey, everybody, I'm getting us some more overtime with my stupid questions, even though you all just want to go home. God, our last staff meeting ran so long. It was like 2 hours. And I had been there since 7 o'clock, and the staff meeting didn't, since 7 o'clock in the morning, and the staff meeting didn't start until 6 o'clock in the evening, and then it was finally done around 8 o'clock, so that was a more than 12-hour day for me. It was awful. Oh, God, that reminds me I need to get some professional development training hours in. Ugh. I'll tick her right up to miss the meeting. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was kind of an important one. I was speaking at it for a portion. And I was helping run point on the meeting, though, because they're coming up with new training materials for new hires. And they wanted my input on a lot of things. And it was a gathering of everyone else in my age group across all the schools. And I'm the second longest running teacher for my age group. So they're like, you get in here and help us train these young whippersnappers. So I didn't get to nap or anything because I had to sit there and talk for 2 hours. Which, I mean, the overtime in the next paycheck was really nice, but I was sitting there the entire time like, I just want to go home. Still have fold your laundry. I gave up on folding laundry years ago. Laundry was one of those chores that always just sent me into ADHD paralysis. So I gave up on actually folding laundry and putting laundry away. So instead what I did was I went and got, multiple laundry baskets. And each basket is dedicated to an item. So one basket for shirts, one basket for pants, stuff like that. I am from Pennsylvania. So I have two of each. So I have a clean shirt basket and a dirty shirt basket. So then I'll pull a shirt out of the clean shirt basket, wear that, and then when it's dirty, throw it in the dirty shirt basket, and then I just wash everything based on what it is. And then it just goes back into the baskets. And that actually did wonders for my mental health, realizing there's actually no law that says you have to fold your laundry and put it away in a traditional sense. Clothing rack, yeah. I really need to downsize before I can think of clothing racks. I really just need to purge. I have too much stuff. Too much stuff that doesn't even fit anymore, stuff that will never fit again, because I used to do that really toxic thing where I'd keep my pants that no longer fit and be like, oh, I'll just keep this here as a representation and lose all the weight so that these fit again. No, I'm old now. It doesn't work that way anymore. I'm never going to fit into the same clothes I wore back in college again. It just doesn't work that way anymore. So I just really got to purge a lot. And ironically, my yarn stash is the only thing that isn't out of control. Like, I really got to just go through old clothes. Like, I still have stuff that I wore in middle school that I need to just get rid of. Like, not even donate, because it was when I was in middle school, and that was a very long time ago. So, yeah. Yeah, I still wear, like, t-shirts and stuff from middle school as pajamas, though, but I don't fit into any of the pants I wore in middle school anymore, and I'm never going to fit into those pants anymore. And I still get into the, oh, I could just lose the weight and then they'll still fit. Yeah, I'd have to lose, like, 100 more pounds. I was, like, 80 pounds in middle school. And I am nowhere near that anymore, and if I ever did get down to 80 pounds again, that means something is very wrong. So. Yeah, that Y2K diet culture stuff runs deep. See. Okay. We've gotten quite a few rows done on this tonight. I think maybe we can get another chunk on another weeknight live stream next week. I do want to start adding in those weeknight live streams. I know I said I would probably do Tuesdays, but next Tuesday I'm going to have to postpone because I'm going to be spending that evening out looking at houses. So I can't live stream crochet while I'm driving around with my realtor. So we'll postpone that to Wednesday. I just have a very busy life right now. Brother's getting married. I'm looking for a house. Teaching. Because my school goes year round. No summer break for me. It's fine though, because I like getting paid during the summer. Hi, welcome to the live. Yeah, if you're just joining the live, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Almost done with dinner. Yay, what are you making? Pizza. Ooh, yummy. Haven't had pizza in a while. Need to go to the store and buy some. I hear kitty cat feet. We had leftover pizza today for dinner. Yummy. Let's see, which kitty cat feet did I hear? I think it's Guinness. So Guinness will hopefully come pay his dues. Shove his butt in the camera for y'all, because he loves doing that for some reason. Hot Pocket for you. I was going to make some kind of pasta tonight. Actually, not goat cheese pasta for once. I was going to do pasta and a rosatella sauce, but it was just when I got up from my evening nap, it was too hot. I didn't even want to boil water, so I made peanut butter peanut butter sandwich with fruit and some cheese sticks on the side. Yes. Yes, he does owe us. It's been almost 2 hours and he hasn't made an appearance yet. But, I mean, it's hot out, so. And I mean, he was pretty snuggly with me earlier while I was filming my vlog for the day. My hair is poking out. And, yeah. Yeah, for the sweater scarf vlog I'm filming, it should be like, take a shot every time you see Guinness's tail in the frame. And then call 911. Which, speaking of 911, apparently the entire 911 system was down in Pennsylvania yesterday. Peanut butter, yeah, that is good dinner. Oh, here he comes. Come here, black cat. Alcohol poisoning waiting to happen. Yup. Yeah. No, he's gonna sit down and wash his face. He's a good, well-groomed boy. Yes, I gave him quite the brushing earlier. Hi! Welcome to the live. What are you making? I am crocheting a sweater scarf. Here he comes. It's the black cat. Thank you for saying nice word. Hello, black cat. Guinness has arrived, the true star of this channel. And he's gonna whack everything off the table with his tail. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're shedding again? Oh, there's his butt. I just brushed you within an inch of your life yesterday. Yeah. Here's Guinness. And sir, put it away. You can't show your butt on the internet. Do you have... He has paid his taxes, yes. Do you have more than one cat? Yes, I have 3 cats. I have Guinness, the black cat, which you see right here. He is 14 years old. I got him when he was an itty bitty baby. He was a Christmas present when I was in high school. And he's... Don't show your butt on the internet, not for free, yes. No. But that doesn't belong on YouTube. That belongs on OnlyFans. Can't show your butt on YouTube. So this is Guinness. He's going to be 15 soon. A month from next week, he's going to be 15, my big boy. You use your brother's account, you're making a bag. Fun! So yes, there's Guinness, and then I have 2 tabby cats, Rocky and Zuzu. They're both almost 5. They are brother and sister. They came from the same litter. And Rocky sometimes comes on live. Zuzu is very camera shy. She never shows up on live. Why are you licking the table? Going to go live tomorrow. Probably not. I don't typically go live on Sundays just because I do have to work at butt o'clock in the morning. And I'm one of those people where if I don't get my sleep, I'm incredibly cranky and mean. Cross stitch or blackwork stuff? I've never done cross stitch, but my sister-in-law liked cross stitch and embroidery. Look at this black cat. Oh. Yuck! Nearly knocking everything down, Guinness. All right, and he's settling in. It's nighttime where you live. All right, well, good night. Why are you shedding again? I brushed you within an inch of your life yesterday when I got home from work. Yes, one of these days, I am going to spin yarn out of the fur I brush off of you, and I'm going to make a sweater. About to knock you over, yeah. He does that. Skeins of yarn versus flush, yeah. Well, I really don't need another hobby. I already crochet, I already knit, I already do YouTube, I already video edit, I play with Canva, I make charcuterie boards, I like cooking, I like baking, I like painting. I don't need any more hobbies. Especially fibercraft hobbies. Yes, black cat. Yes, this has become a Pet Guinness vlog. Pet Guinness live stream. Cooking is a life skill. I mean, yeah. Recipes you find on TikTok, maybe. That's more the hobby. Been really into Dollar Tree dinners lately on TikTok. Which is quite the lifesaver because a lot of them are like good, cheap weeknight meals. Which I really need because... yeah. And everyone's like, oh, but you get off work at like 4:15. You get off work early. No, I'm there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I work the same 8-hour day everybody else does. Yes, black cat. I bet. Can y'all hear him purring? Yes, you're a happy black cat. Yes, you're purring. You're my good boy. Who dat? Here comes another kitty cat. It's Rocky! I think the Zuzu sighting last week was a fluke. I don't think we're gonna see her again for a while. You get like one sighting of Zuzu every 6 months. Bunny and your dog is staring into its soul. Yup. Hi, Rocky. You also gonna try and come up here? I don't think there's room. We might have some double cat action here, folks. Rocky looks like he's considering jumping up. That was her annual visit. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. So we'll probably see her next year. I don't know. She let me take a couple short videos of her the other day. So I've got a couple weeks worth of Catterday content for her that I can send out every once in a while. Like, yes, I do have a third cat. She does exist. She's just camera shy. And she's not particularly cuddly like Guinness and Rocky are. She prefers to just merely exist in the same in your presence. She won't cuddle, but she'll lay near you and vibe. Rocky, please don't knock the camera over. Please don't knock your adoring fans over. Thank you, Rocky. Because, yes, we're using a... Whoop, there goes Guinness. And Ollie cat fur. Swear, I'm gonna throw them both in the shower and just wash off the cat fur. You may exist in my presence or leave. Yeah, that's how I feel a lot of the time. I don't like people touching me. Which is interesting because I work with babies and they're always climbing on me, but, like, babies don't count as people. They're babies. They're like their own thing. They're very easy to figure out. They're not passive aggressive. Well, no, I've known a couple passive aggressive babies, but yeah, people like, you don't like hugs or cuddling, but you work with babies? Yup. It's because babies don't count. It's a baby. I used to have 3 cats. 2 were brothers and then 1 was a girl. Yeah, Zuzu is a girl, and Rocky and Guinness are boys. Cat fur all over me. And we have 3 3-month-olds in my class right now, and they tire me out. Hugging babies makes you happy. Yeah, I like hugging the babies. I don't like hugging other adults outside of family. But the babies are fun. Especially the little tiny ones that don't quite have control of their limbs yet, so they're always just like weird dancing vibe. We've got 3 babies in my class that were all born within a couple days of each other, and we try to like get pictures of them together, but they're still in that stage where they don't have control over their limbs yet, so every time we line them up for a picture, they like start smacking each other. But they're cute. And it's really funny because the 3 of them like to all be held like at once. Like I'll cuddle all 3 of them together at once and they'll just little happy potatoes. Because I mean that's basically what 3-month-olds are. Happy little potatoes. Wow, we've made really good progress on this tonight. I'm happy. Shoot, I've been forgetting to get some clips for the vlog. So we're gonna pull out my tripod. I'm gonna have to lint roll my face again in a minute. Okay. 1 second, chat. I gotta go grab my lint roller in my face. Here I am. Oh, there goes that. Alright, chat. Can't see it right now, so. Hello. Yes, I'm lint rolling my face. If you're just joining the live, welcome. This is not a weird beauty vlog. I'm crocheting. I'm just covered in cat fur. Good lord. Goodness, I brushed you this morning and yesterday. My goodness. Just a trail of fluff in his wake. Okay. Back to crocheting. Where did my hook go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Just say we were hooked down, hooked down. Emergency trip to Michael's. But I found my 6.5mm, so it's okay. Well, no, I have plenty of other 6.5mm hooks. They're not clover hooks. They're regular crochet hooks. And I like my clover hook. You're right. Glasses, thank you. That's why I couldn't find it. Thank you, Laura. I would lose my head if it was not attached. Yep, that's better. Okay, yeah. Starlet, where'd the hook go? Yup. I swear, every time I move this chair to vacuum, I find so many, like, regular crochet hooks under it. Because I'm not always using my clover hooks. Sometimes I just use one of my regular flat metal hooks, but I'm very careful with my clover hooks. Also always losing my stitch markers. But I've got hooks all over the place. I've got hooks upstairs in my room. I've got my collection here down in my yarn area where I do all my filming and crocheting. I've got a travel set. I've got my light up set. Because about 2.5 years ago, my mom got me a really nice set of light up crochet hooks with a built-in row counter. Love that set. I use that set when I'm doing a lot more intricate work that I really got to keep track of stitch numbers and row counts, because it has a stitch counter and a row counter. And I also use it when I'm working with black yarn. But yeah. You know, I would really like to get like a furls crochet hook just to try it out. But I have a hard time justifying $25 for a crochet hook when I'm trying to save money for a down payment on a house. So maybe a furls hook will be a gift to myself after I've bought a house. New to this format, no idea how you got here. Yes, story of my life. We're on YouTube right now. We're doing a live stream on YouTube. I always forget that Facebook kind of exists. No, we're on Facebook. I do have a Facebook page for Small Pine Crafts. I just don't really use it that much. How are you feeling? I'm feeling alright tonight. Tired. Had a long week. It's hot. Work is stressful because it's been hot. And we're in the summer curse. What are we making? We are making a sweater scarf. It is a scarf with sleeves that you wrap around yourself. Goes really nice with pretty dresses. I am making this for my sister-in-law, future sister-in-law, to wear at the wedding in October. Because they're having an outdoor wedding in October. And her dress doesn't have sleeves. And she saw a short video from Knititude showing off one of her knit sweater scarves, and she was like, oh my gosh, can you make me something like this? And I was like, yes. And now here we are making it. daughter is getting married outside in October. How fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the wedding. It's gonna be nice. It's early October. So it's gonna be a lovely fall wedding with a build your own burger bar for food. It could be iffy in Saskatchewan. Yeah, well, they're getting married up in New York, which is usually pretty decent around that time of year. Chilly, but nice foliage. Which reminds me, my dress for the wedding, I have to get some alterations done on it, because it fits perfectly, but it's meant for a woman who's like 7 foot tall, and I am 5'2". So one of my co-teachers, she can sew, so when she gets back from her vacation, she's gonna just take up the skirt by like several inches, because again, the skirt is meant for like a super tall lady with high heels, and I am short. Oh, hello. Welcome to the live. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, not too many capital letters. Bot doesn't like lots of capital letters. But I'm glad you crochet too. It's a good hobby to have. Oh, we just passed the 2-hour mark. Woohoo! Lives in the land of Polly Pocket? Yeah. Yeah, everyone else in my family is taller than me, so I live among giants. I need to get some clips for the vlog. Boop. There we go. Yeah, I always get disoriented when I'm on 2 screens at once. There we go. We've made so much progress on this live tonight. I'm really happy to see it. I really want to get this done in the next couple days so that I can ship it to my future sister-in-law. All that good stuff. Also, I'm really glad because this is how much we've gotten done. And we're only on the 2nd skein of yarn. And we've still got quite a bit of this left to go. So these are pretty hefty skeins. And I got them for a good price. You're so sick of making them. Yeah, I get that. This blanket here I'm working on, this is going to be the main wedding gift. And I gotta tell you, when I'm done with it, I think I'm gonna take a long break from granny squares. Which reminds me, I gotta take some time this upcoming week and connect the ones that I just finished blocking so I can figure out how many more squares I need to make. Crocheting a scrappy basket with cotton yarn. Nice. Yeah, I have a lot of cotton scraps to go through. I think I might do something similar. I've been using my acrylic scraps for baskets for my classroom, but maybe I'll make a cotton scrap one too. I don't know. It's my acrylic scraps that I really gotta go through. I don't have a lot of cotton scraps, but my supply of acrylic scraps, there's more scrap yarn than actual stash yarn. And that was one of my goals for this year, was I had to do something with all that scrap yarn, and I have not really been good about that. I made all those baskets for my classroom, but I think I'm going to start making some hats for charity out of those. Because I've been knitting some hats using, making a bath mat. Fun! I've been using Passionate Kelsey's double-stranded beanie knitting pattern, since I do both. I can knit and I can crochet. Using the cotton for your basket. Oh, I hope it goes well for you. I know it can get pretty stiff, but the result, it's a nice sturdy basket. Hello, good evening. I was thinking, honestly, of using my cotton scraps to make like some kind of bag or something. A bucket bag or something. It's been a while since I've made a bag. It's been a while since I've crocheted anything business-wise in the first place. I've been alternating between these sweater scarves and a baby blanket for the past week and a half. Tote bags out of cotton. Where do you work? I am a teacher. I work with infants and early toddlers. Tote bag for your sister. Fun, fun. I should make a tote bag. And one pattern I came up with that I should dig out, since it's almost Halloween, I made little baby trick-or-treat bags. Hello. I should make some more since 4th of July is over, so that means it's time to start getting ready for Halloween. So let me go grab one, I'll be right back, chat. Let me go show you one of them, because they're actually quite cute. It's a little candy corn trick-or-treat bag for like a toddler. Little bucket bag. I just freehanded it last year. No idea how I would write the pattern, but yeah. I know, it's so cute. I love it. I almost don't want to sell them. I want to keep them for myself, but yeah. I want to make some more of these to stock on my website. I have 2 right now available for sale. But they're like small little toddler trick-or-treat bag. How cute. I also have a ghost one that I made, but I ended up, it used way more yarn than I intended, so I ended up not making more, but here's a little ghosty bag I came up with. Kind of want to, I freehanded it and it turned out way too big. So if I could find a way to shrink it down a bit, I might put these up for sale on my website. But I actually use this one now, but it's a cute ghost. His eyes, little blush, and it's got little arms. And then, well, these, it's supposed to be like the bottom frill. Like that. It's a cute little ghost bag. But yeah, this one I was originally going to make this pattern and mass produce these and sell them, but it turned out way big and it's really cute. I actually use this myself, so I ain't going to sell that one. Maybe I'll find a way to shrink it down. But for now, it's not for sale. But the candy corn ones, I gotta make more of those. Get ready for Halloween. Halloween is actually one of my busier times for crocheting, because the families at the school I teach at often commission me to make Halloween costumes for the babies. Last year I came up with my ghost hat design that you can find on my website. That's way buried out in storage, so I can't pull that out right now. Because one little girl wanted to be a ghost. So I came up with that design and made a bunch to sell. And then I made a piglet costume for one baby, and I made a Poppy from Trolls costume. I could measure the whole bag and make it half the length. It's just, you know, dyscalculia. The arms are cute. I know, I love it. It's got little arms. A big smile. I mean, I could try to shrink it down a bit. I know I often have a hard time with like proportions because ADHD. But I mean, maybe over some point soon. I do want to try and make ghost bags. And I had, well, last year too, when I came up with it, I didn't have a lot of white cotton yarn left to play with, whereas I just got a resupply of white cotton yarn. So I could play around with it more. Dang it, now the gears in my head are turning and give me more ideas when I have things I need to finish. Nah, but I do definitely like making a ghost bag to sell something like this is on the Halloween for this year to-do list. It's just it's so cute. And little buttons for eyes, because I use buttons for eyes because a big bag of 100 black buttons is actually cheaper than safety eyes, and it's easier for me to use. Because I don't have a lot of strength in my fingers, so I have a very hard time putting safety eyes together. You do like solving problems, yes. Know what I would do without you. But yeah, I use buttons instead of safety eyes just because I like the vibe, and I don't do amigurumi. And the products I do make for babies don't have, I use embroidered. Or they don't have a face. Like those little sunflower loveys that I sell, they don't have a face. And then the products I make that do have buttons on them are intended for older children that shouldn't eat the buttons. But I prefer buttons over safety eyes. They're cheaper and they're easier for me to use because I don't have a lot of strength in my hands. "30 years of rheumatoid arthritis. Ow. Yeah, I was in an accident about 15 years ago and I was degloved. Don't Google it. You will suffer from what you see. But basically, I had a really bad fall, slid down a hill on asphalt, and all the skin on my hands was like a glove. So I have like no feeling and very little strength in my hands, which is why my tension always runs so loose. Every crochet pattern I ever do, I have to go down like down a hook size to actually meet gauge. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. But luckily it didn't take like all the skin off, just a couple layers, so I didn't need any skin grafts. But it looked pretty horrible. And it was at school when it happened, and they handled it really badly, which is why I did not go to public high school. And my parents pulled my brother out of public school, sent him to charter school. Because it wasn't just my hands I injured, I also really badly hurt my left knee, and all the skin on my elbow here was gone. And I couldn't walk because I had hurt my knee so bad. And you look like Anne Frank. You sound weird. And the gym teacher made me get up to walk to the nurse's office. I don't know how I managed to do that. I was running on sheer adrenaline. And then they put my hands underwater. They're like, "It's probably just a small cut. You're fine." No, it was not a small cut. I was degloved. And then they called my mom and said I was being hostile from an injury and that she needed to pick me up. Yeah, what a comment. Yeah, so they didn't even tell my mom I had been like degloved and was bandaged up. They just said that I was throwing a fit and they couldn't handle it. Please come get her. And my mom's like, well, if she's throwing her a fit over an injury, it sounds like it hurts. So she made an appointment with the pediatrician. Thank you, Mom. I'm not Jewish, so yeah. So Mom made an appointment with the pediatrician, brought me there, and they were like, why did your school not call 911? So. And then they gave me the morphine, and I don't remember much after that, but it stopped hurting. So that's why gauge swatching doesn't work for me, and I don't do safety eyes. No, I'm not from Chicago. Without telling me about the months of issues they had. Yeah, I had I had a hard time going through the public school system. So when I finished 8th grade, I went to an alternative high school that was structured more for kids that struggled in traditional learning environments. So smaller class sizes, better supports, more relaxed, stuff like that. I am making a sweater scarf. School today aren't like that. Regular school to a school like that. You got to meet firefighters. Fun. Yeah. Nah, so I went to it wasn't like an alternative high school. It was that was in the building next door where the kids that had legal troubles were sent. Mine was just geared towards people that struggled in traditional learning environments. Needed a different vibe. And it was a good school. It was fun. It was all these schools aren't like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, some schools are still pretty terrible. I mean, middle school just sucks in general. But yeah. I think, well, I can say this as a teacher. A lot of the problems these days is that teachers and parents aren't seen as like a team anymore. Like the overwhelming majority of families are like, okay, your teacher is someone you're in conflict with. Ta, he was embarrassed. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. Diabetic episode. That is part of the training. They do tell us we have to call emergency services. Didn't tell him he was diagnosed with autism until he was 16, but I haven't been specialist since I was 3. Well, yeah. I was really young when I got a diagnosis for ADHD and OCD, and back in the day when I was first diagnosed with ADHD, the prevailing theory was, oh, girls can't get ADHD, don't get ADHD. So I'd come in with these ADHD accommodations, and people would be like, and teachers would be like, girls don't get ADHD. Yes, they do. They're like, oh, if you would just apply yourself. No. It's not how my brain works. So that's one thing the schools have really improved on, is realizing, oh, I think I had one teacher once in middle school that was like, I don't think she has ADHD. She just needs to try harder. But that was a very, very long time ago, and now I'm a teacher. Back when I used to work with older kids before I started working with babies and toddlers, I always vibed with the kids with autism and ADHD. Let's see, okay, what time is it? Right, it is about 9:30. It's getting a little late. We've been live for about 2.5 hours, so let's finish like 1 or 2 more rows on this, and then we'll call it a night. You had a home daycare, mostly because of your son and issues with daycare. Yeah. Keep watching the comments, but you're gonna go lay down. All right, Mom, I'll call you in a bit when we hop off. And yes, if you're new here, my mom is one of my moderators. So think about that before you're weird, because my dad is also a moderator. So think about that before you're weird. I will tell my mommy on you. So. Aw, that's sweet, yeah. Yeah, now I work with infants and toddlers, and I work really hard mostly at the be a nice person stuff with them. So, most of my kids, as they've gotten older, because I've been doing this for a few years, they've been good kids. Occasionally wild, but good kids. Using good people, yeah. And that's really the most important part. If you're a good person, everything else will eventually come. I mean, academics aren't everything. As long as you're a good person, you can figure everything else out. Alright, finish this row off and then we're gonna head to bed. So I gotta be up and doing stuff before it gets... First class are now in second grade. Yeah, that makes me feel really old to think about. And now a lot of the siblings that I've had, the younger siblings, are now going into kindergarten, and I'm like, what? So now even their little siblings are all growing up and flying to big kid school. Yeah, their parents are now friends, and some of them may even be in the live. Good night, Laura. Thanks for coming. Oh, wow. Alright, just a couple stitches left, chat, and then we're gonna say goodnight. But I'll probably go live again Wednesday night. Just because Tuesday night I'm gonna be looking at houses, so can't live stream while doing that. Can't crochet and tour houses at the same time. I gotta make sure everything is in shape. So there we go. We got 66 rows done on this tonight. So I'd say that was a productive night. So thank you everybody that watched. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time I post and go live. We'll go live again probably around 5:30, 6-ish on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, don't forget I also have a website. You can buy some of the stuff I crochet. That really helps me out. I am saving up for a down payment on a house. So if y'all bought something, that would be really helpful. Please, pretty please. So yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.